The warm breeze carried whispers of the Bodhi tree as the Buddha spoke. His voice reflected calmness and wisdom. Ananda, youthful yet earnest, spoke first. Master, why does change weigh so heavily on our hearts, stirring fear and resistance within? The Buddha picked up a smooth stone, its surface cool to the touch. Casting it gently into the nearby serene pond, ripples danced outward, their concentric circles expanding, disturbing the pond's stillness with grace, demonstrating impermanence woven into nature's rhythm. Ananda, the Buddha began, his voice like water flowing over smooth stones, carrying clarity. Observe the ripple's movement and pattern. Ananda's gaze lingered on the surface, watching the ripples shift fluidly, blending yet distinct, embodying harmony amid constant transformation. The stone has altered the stillness, Buddha continued, yet the pond, in its essence, remains undisturbed. Ripples are its response. But, Master, Ananda asked hesitantly, why does change bring discomfort? Unlike the ripples which follow naturally and fade effortlessly. The Buddha smiled faintly, his eyes reflecting compassion deeper than words. Resistance emerges when we forget life mirrors this pond. He paused, letting silence deepen understanding before adding, do we blame the pond for responding to the stone's presence? Ananda shook his head slowly. No, Master. The pond accepts the stone without struggle, embracing both stillness and movement equally. Precisely, Buddha agreed, and so must we embrace change. Not as disruption, but as an integral thread within life's tapestry. Disciples absorbed the analogy, their minds weaving Buddha's wisdom into questions seeking personal relevance and application amid life's fleeting challenges. The Buddha's tone softened, resonating beyond mere sound. We struggle because we seek permanence in a world destined for impermanence. Master, another disciple ventured, is it wrong to cherish stability, to wish for moments untouched by impermanence's inevitable reach? Cherishing is not wrong, the Buddha replied, but clinging without understanding impermanence binds us, intensifying the suffering change evokes. He gestured toward the rippling pond. This water shows beauty in motion. Its stillness wasn't lost, it merely danced differently. Ananda furrowed his brow, searching clarity. How then, Master, do we learn to embrace change without fear clouding our acceptance? The Buddha rested his hand on Ananda's shoulder lightly. By observing change as transformation rather than loss, we soften resistance. Another stone rested nearby. Smaller than the first, the Buddha lifted it, holding the stone like it carried unseen stories. Every experience, Buddha explained, is like these stones, temporary, yet impactful. They leave ripples but do not define the pond's existence. Disciples nodded, though one whispered, what if change seems unjust or painful? How do we embrace what feels like suffering? Painful change, Buddha acknowledged, teaches compassion's depth. Resistance amplifies suffering. Acceptance aligns pain with wisdom, revealing strength hidden beneath grief. He allowed their silence to absorb each word, like soil drinking rain, nurturing seeds destined for growth beyond temporary storms. Master, Ananda whispered softly, I still struggle. The pond accepts the stone's ripple, yet my heart trembles against change's relentless force. The Buddha's gaze settled on Ananda, steady and grounding. Your trembling acknowledges fear, but fear itself teaches courage through understanding. Do not resist the ripple's lesson, Buddha continued, nor demand the ripple cease. Invite the ripple to reveal life's flow. Ananda exhaled deeply, his tension lightened slightly, yet thoughts circled, seeking spaces where wisdom could anchor amidst his persistent doubts. Fear, Buddha added, tells us stories of threat. Wisdom reveals fear's stories or interpretations, not truths defining our essence or paths. Another disciple questioned softly, if the ripple fades, Does its lesson disappear? Can transformation lose meaning through life's endless motion? The Buddha smiled. Ripples fade, but their essence remains within the pond's existence. Shaping its flow, lessons evolve, not vanish. Transformation breathes continuity, Buddha elaborated. Each ripple blending into a stream connecting past, present, future. Changes life's eternal heartbeat. Disciples' faces softened, reflecting determination mingled with acceptance. Preparing to approach life's changes anew. Finding harmony within impermanence's embrace. The Buddha's final words settled into their hearts. Change isn't interruption. Change is life, unfolding like ripples expanding from its source. The pond, its surface still again, reflected the moon's gentle glow. Transformation had completed its ripple, leaving serenity and understanding. The disciples rose, hearts quieter yet fuller, ready to follow paths lit by wisdom, embracing life's dynamic dance with equanimity. The Bodhi tree swayed slightly, its leaves whispering ancient truths. Change stirred softly around them, each ripple part of existence. Another day, the Buddha walked beside his disciples, guiding them toward a lotus pond shimmering beneath the golden rays of sunlight. The pond's surface reflected blossoms in full bloom, their colors vivid, their beauty capturing the disciples' attention like precious jewels. One monk, captivated by the flowers, remarked, "Master, the lotus blooms radiate perfection. Their splendor brings peace to the heart." The Buddha gazed steadily at a fading lotus nearby, its petals wilting, leaning downward as though bowing to its own end. "Why does your gaze linger on the fading lotus, Master?" Ananda asked, puzzled. "Its beauty pales compared to these vibrant blooms." The Buddha's voice was calm as he answered, "Does this fading flower possess no value simply because its time is ending?" The disciples glanced at the wilted lotus, hesitant to reply, uncertain whether beauty faded must be lesser in essence or worth. A soft breeze stirred the pond, causing ripples that shifted reflections of both the fading lotus and the thriving blossoms together. "Look closely," the Buddha said, pointing. "This flower gives its petals to the pond. It nourishes life even as it decays." Another monk questioned, "Master, how does one find peace when faced with loss? When beauty slips away, leaving emptiness behind?" The Buddha plucked one petal from the fading lotus and held it up, letting sunlight filter through its fragile translucence. "This petal," the Buddha began, "though fragile, is part of life's cycle. Its existence transforms, yet its essence never truly ends." The monks leaned closer, their focus intensifying as wisdom unfolded, like layers of meaning concealed within the simple petal's fragility. "We cling," Buddha continued, "to moments of beauty, fearing their end, but the fading lotus teaches transformation, not destruction or loss." The disciples were silent, reflecting deeply, the pond's ripples carrying thoughts like leaves drifting, uncertain, toward distant horizons of clarity. One monk asked hesitantly, "Master, how do we learn to embrace what fades without sorrow consuming our hearts entirely?" The Buddha's eyes softened. "When we see impermanence as a teacher, rather than an enemy, acceptance blooms where resistance once grew." Another petal fell softly, unnoticed by the disciples until Buddha gestured toward it, their focus sharpening on its gentle descent. "This falling petal," Buddha explained, "does not vanish. It joins earth, water, air, continuing life's flow, untouched by the illusion of ending." The disciples listened, their hearts heavy yet lighter, absorbing wisdom's paradox, embracing impermanence to uncover permanence hidden within life's constant changes. Ananda spoke again, voice filled with yearning, "Master, why is it so difficult to accept the wilt, to find peace in decay?" The Buddha reached toward the fading lotus, touching its stem lightly. "It is difficult because clinging magnifies sorrow and blinds understanding. He lifted his gaze toward the vibrant lotus blooms again. They flourish now, but even their splendor carries impermanence within. Master, another monk said, does recognizing impermanence mean we must relinquish joy when beauty surrounds us? Must we guard against attachment? Not guard against joy, Buddha replied, but recognize joy exists even as transformation occurs. Joy evolves, transcending attachment, offering deeper fulfillment. The pond rippled again as wind stirred lightly. Faded petals drifted, merging with the water, creating motion reflecting life's dance. Observe this pond, Buddha said. Its beauty lies not in stillness alone but in motion. Its capacity to embrace every moment fully. Ananda sighed softly, acknowledging complexities. Master, I see the lesson, yet uncertainty lingers within. How do I align mind and heart? Patience, Buddha said simply. Wisdom unfolds gradually, like the lotus blooming and fading. Transformation is experienced, not forced or hurried. The disciples were quiet again, their faces reflective, each carrying unanswered questions rooted in hearts searching pathways toward equanimity and peace. Buddha's words continued, resonating beyond sound alone. This lotus pond mirrors life's beauty, its cycles teaching interconnectedness beyond boundaries of time or space. Another monk murmured, softly, Master, transformation often brings fear. How can we welcome change without shadowing it with dread? Fear, Buddha said gently, is natural but fleeting. Change teaches courage through understanding. Fear dissolves as transformation reveals life's eternal rhythm. The fading lotus trembled slightly, petals falling slower, unnoticed by the wind, yet creating ripples as gently as whispers within silence. The Buddha watched the lotuses wilting unfold, his presence steady, his wisdom rooted like earth nurturing blossoms whether vibrant or fading. Disciples turned inward, reflecting Buddha's analogy, hearts finding truths unspoken yet clearer within lessons shaped by petals, pond ripples, and whispers. The Buddha's voice softened further. Transformation frees us from attachments disguised as permanence. Wealth is not loss, it's life, unveiling its endless flow. Faint sunlight shifted, casting shadows across the pond, both blossoms and fading flowers holding significance, equal in beauty's fleeting presence. The disciples rose slowly, steps quieter, hearts fuller, embracing serenity within impermanence, walking paths lit by lessons within this fading lotus. The breeze stilled, the pond shimmering softly, its ripples mingling reflections, each ripple carrying wisdom gently toward horizons yet unseen. Another day, the Buddha sat quietly within the monastery, the moon's glow illuminating the gentle lines etched upon his serene face. A single flame flickered at the center of the room, casting shadows that danced unpredictably against the stone walls surrounding them. Disciples gathered in silence, their eyes drawn to the flame's motion, its beauty fragile yet persistent amid the soft darkness. Master, Ananda asked softly, why does life's change resemble this flame? Both light and shadow entwined, always shifting yet inseparable? The Buddha gazed into the flame, his expression steady and reflective, as though drawing wisdom from its flicker and glow. This flame, he began, offers light to guide us, yet its shadow reminds us of impermanence's constant presence within existence. Ananda furrowed his brow, hesitant but curious. Master, if shadows always follow light, must change forever create conflict within our hearts? The Buddha tilted his head slightly, watching shadows shift. Conflict arises not from change itself but from our unwillingness to embrace its nature. The disciples listened intently, their breaths shallow, sensing the depth in Buddha's words beyond mere explanation, carrying truths waiting to awaken. This shadow, Buddha said, gesturing toward the wall, moves freely because it follows the flame. It doesn't resist what creates its form. Another disciple spoke hesitantly. Master, does this mean embracing change requires us to surrender, allowing transformation to occur without resistance? Surrender. Yes, the Buddha replied. But surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means accepting the flame and shadow as one unified dance. The flame flickered, casting new patterns across the room, its brightness alternately illuminating and obscuring faces of disciples seeking understanding. Ananda asked again, voice filled with yearning, Master, how do we invite this dance of change without fear clouding our minds? The Buddha smiled softly. Fear is natural, born from uncertainty. Yet, when acknowledged, fear teaches us courage through deepening understanding. Another monk whispered, Master, shadows sometimes overwhelm light. Can change ever lead us into darkness without hope of returning to brightness? The Buddha extinguished the flame suddenly, plunging the room into profound darkness. Their breaths audible, their gazes uncertain, awaiting explanation. This darkness, Buddha began, is not an ending. It simply transitions toward light's reawakening. Change teaches us patience within life's cycles. He relit the flame slowly, its glow reappearing like hope emerging from despair, reminding disciples change follows rhythms beyond temporary appearances. Do not fear darkness, Buddha said gently, nor cling to light. Both are companions within transformation, shaping existence's balance and meaning. Disciples nodded faintly, their hearts absorbing Buddha's wisdom while their minds struggled, seeking clarity within truths elusive yet compellingly present. Another monk asked thoughtfully, Master, if light and shadow dance eternally, does this mean acceptance eliminates suffering caused by life's changes? Acceptance diminishes suffering, Buddha explained. By aligning us with life's flow, resistance increases pain, widening gaps between shadow, light, and understanding. He gestured toward the flame again, its glow steady yet trembling slightly, mirroring life's fragile yet enduring capacity to adapt. Change is neither enemy nor ally, Buddha added. It simply exists, shaping paths while inviting us to discover meaning within impermanence. Another monk asked, hesitantly, Master, what if change feels unjust, overwhelming beyond comprehension? How do we embrace hardship without losing ourselves? The Buddha turned toward the shadow flickering again. Hardship, like shadows, teaches resilience. It deepens compassion, strengthening hearts through wisdom revealed within pain. Life's changes, he continued, are like this flame, fragile yet powerful, transforming endlessly, offering lessons beyond attachments or fleeting expectations. Silence enveloped the room, punctuated by the flame's crackle, as disciples reflected deeply, their hearts striving toward equanimity amid lingering uncertainties. Ananda spoke softly, Master, if transformation is life's essence, how do we trust the unknown paths change unveils within its rhythm? The Buddha placed his hand gently beside the flame. Trust emerges not from control but from surrender, inviting life's flow to reveal its truths. Disciples listened quietly, each carrying questions beneath their calm faces, seeking spaces where wisdom could anchor amid life's unpredictable shifts. Master, one monk murmured, do shadows hold beauty equal to light, even if darkness seems less comforting than brightness? The Buddha smiled faintly. Shadows are reflections, not distortions. They reveal depth, shaping perception, reminding us light exists beyond simple appearances. The flame flickered again, its shadow twisting, expanding across walls like whispers carrying stories of changes shaped by life's rhythms. Disciples gazed deeply into the shifting patterns, hearts drawing closer to lessons hidden within the flame's motion and meaning. Master, Ananda whispered, how do we prepare hearts to embrace transformation when resistance feels so rooted within human nature? The Buddha's voice softened further. Prepare not by forcing acceptance but by observing, letting transformation unfold, revealing beauty and wisdom within its flow. The flame trembled slightly, casting shadows anew, creating spaces for reflection amid light's constant interplay within impermanence's embrace. Disciples sat quietly, absorbing truths spoken yet incomplete, awaiting clarity shaped by life's rhythm beyond confines of fleeting understanding. The Buddha's final words settled like ripples fading gently across water. Transformation unveils existence's beauty, not by replacing, but by reshaping. The flame burned steadily, its glow holding presence beyond words, inviting disciples to follow paths lit by life's endless dance of change. The moon's glow faded gradually. Shadows shifted softly, life's transformation continuing seamlessly, unseen yet present within interconnected rhythms of existence. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.